Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to do flour tortillas, and these are really easy to do. I'm going to do the video however in two parts because I have to let the dough rest, but we'll get started. And okay, just to let you know, I do make a double recipe. I make 16 flour tortillas. The original recipe calls for 8. But I'm going to go ahead and give you the double recipe that does 16 tortillas. And if you want to make less than that and do 8, you can always have the recipe. So this is for 16 tortillas. In a bowl, we're going to put in 4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I also have, in this container, I have 3 teaspoons of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. And I'm just going to put those in. Okay. And then you want to whisk that or stir it just to incorporate it. Make sure that all that is combined. Okay. And you want a cup and a half of warm water. And there are 4 teaspoons of oil in here as well. So 1 cup and a half of warm water and 4 teaspoons of oil just mixed in. What we're going to do is we're not going to just dump this in here. We're actually going to do this slowly. And we're going to drizzle the water in and mix it up with the fork as we go until we have coarse crumbs, and I'll show you that, and then we'll mix in the rest of the water. And you'll see what it looks like. If you haven't had, I'm right-handed, but I'm going to try to do this with my left hand for a few minutes just so you can kind of see I'm just drizzling the water in and I'm mixing it up. That came in a little fast, but that's okay. If you haven't had flour tortillas and you've been buying them in the store, you don't know what you're missing. This is, just a few ingredients. And if you look at the back of the tortillas, again from the grocery store, you see that they are consumed with ingredients. I mean, and half of them you can't even pronounce. So you're just going to kind of mix the water in slowly. You're going to drizzle it and mix it with your fork. And this takes a few minutes. But I've always made my tortillas this way, and they come out awesome. So don't fix what's not broken. I have gone through several recipes though, and I can tell you that these are really good. They're not as hard as you would think to make. And just to kind of show you where we're at, you can see that it's kind of getting a crumb texture. So just keep going, little water, and mix. And if you pour too much in, it's perfectly fine. Just mix it around. Try not to make a mess. And then just make sure that you're mixing it really well. Guys have suggestions for me, leave me a comment. Let me know if you have a recipe idea. Let me know that as well. And make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of Halloween stuff, and some quick and easy dinners. So I have a lot of good stuff coming up. See how that's kind of forming dough there? So we're getting it mixed up. It's getting a little harder to stir. Okay, you just want to make sure you get to the bottom of it. And I'm left, I'm getting it everywhere. I'm left with a little water here, and I'm going to add it in a little bit quicker because I'm going to form a ball of dough here. I don't know if you can kind of see how that's coming out. It's sticky, and it's just barely coming together, so. Just keep working it around in your bowl. We'll turn it out in a minute. Sorry guys, my voice is going. I hope you aren't having a hard time hearing me. But these are so quick and easy, you will not go back to the store-bought. You honestly won't. And it's generally stuff that we already have in the cupboard if you guys are like me anyway. So we're just gonna throw the rest of it in here. And just mix it kind of up. So now it's just this big old gooey mess. And I'll let you see it. Okay. Excuse me guys, let me wash my hands real quick. Okay. And as always, I will have the ingredients listed in the drop-down box. So if you do miss something I say, it is right there. Now, on a floured surface, we are going to knead the dough. And I just do it right here on the counter. Okay, let me move this. Flour your hands. Make sure I'm in there. Okay, and then we're just gonna fold it and press down with our palm. I know it looks a fright. It's okay. It is supposed to. And just make sure that you have oil. Fold it, press. And you're gonna knead for a few minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. And if you run out of flour, just add a little more. Fold it over, push, and turn your dough quarter turn each time. But just keep going. More flour if you need to. Alrighty. Alright. So then what you're going to do is set it in a bowl, and we're going to cover it with a damp paper towel or damp towel, whatever you prefer, and you're going to let the dough rest for about 20 minutes. So damp paper towel, cover your dough, and then let it sit somewhere warm for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes, we'll come back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to knead it just a couple times, less than a minute or so. And then we're going to separate it into 16 different dough balls. And we're going to put them back in the bowl, cover it with a damp paper towel, let it rest for 20 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry, for 10 minutes. So 20 minutes we're going to let this sit. We're going to come back to it, knead it for a couple times, and then we're going to divide it into 16 pieces. We're going to roll them into a ball, put them back in the bowl, cover it with a damp paper towel for 10 minutes. So I'll come back after that second rest, and I'll recap with you, and then I'll show you how to roll them out and how to cook them. Alright guys, see you on part 2.